All right, great. Folks, thank you so much for joining into this brand pitch call. We have this amazing founders, entrepreneurs, who are really looking for great partners. And the goal for this call is to find state distributors and importers in the US market. Now, we all understand the current situation that's going on, and we're all facing the same, everyone's in the same boat where importers and distributors are all sort of, in the wait and watch game, especially the importers. They want to see what's going on. I can vouch for this entrepreneurs. They are really, really, with some great values, I can tell you. They do understand they are here for long-term partnerships. So, if you are an importer or a state distributor, I would really, really request you to at least chat with them to try their products and understand their passion. Rest all, I'm sure, it's a teething problem that they'll be there to work with you guys. So with that, let me introduce you to founder of Wabi Sabi Gin, from Japan, and they are looking for importer slash state distributors there. They do have a facility where even a state distributor can start with a pallet, so at least the goal is to really get the traction in the market, award-winning gin, and I'll have her speak more. So over to you, thanks.
Thank you, Sid. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wakae and the founder of Wabi Sabi Gin. I'm speaking to you all from Tokyo today. So today I would like to show you how our brand solves some of the challenges facing distributors of premium spirits, especially those who share a belief in the quality of a quantity and the bottom-up approach. The first issue that we are solving is we are a craft brand that actually supports sales. We are not just shipping bottles, we understand that no brand support equal no movement. So we have submitted a formula for approval by the TTB, and we have done a trade show to gather feedbacks, and we will put 20% of our US profit straight back into marketing and support, and we are ready to put representatives on the ground in 20 to 30,000 cases in the next few years across New York, California, Florida, and beyond is our target. And we would love to do this with you. So here is our target. Who would enjoy Wabi Sabi Gin? It's a passionate food and drink enthusiasts who are curious about emerging brands and would appreciate flavor, craftsmanship, sustainability, and authenticity. They are most likely seen at the niche cocktail bars and restaurants and boutique upscale hotels, specialty stores. So they are our target. And here is the bottom-up approach. What you're seeing is the results in the research and homework based on our experience in other markets. So a bit crowded slide, but on a separate presentation, I can share this with you. So why take on another gin? Bars always say we already have a gin. What we say you're not adding just another gin. You're adding a profit maker. Why? It's because time is money. Making cocktails take time. So don't lose revenue opportunity by prepping mixology with multiple ingredients all night. Wabi Sabi Gin is very versatile. It is built for speed, served with soda in a dry martini, even hot water. As I don't know if you have heard oyuwari. It's a Japanese way of drinking spirits in the wintertime. And then it tastes like a herbal tea. To make sure, don't get me wrong, it's versatile, so it means works great in mixology as well. And my favorite is, here we go, gimlet. That with Wabi Sabi Gin that really brings up amazing lemon verbena flavors. Gin category, crowded and confusing. What it means is when a consumer sees 30 different gin brands on the shelf, and they don't know what to pick. So also, I would think still many consumers associate the gin with kind of stale image, meaning the industry is required to provide more consumer education. So instead, what I did is I made the gin I want to drink. The gin that doesn't sit within a crowded space, but stands out. Because I think most gins fall into two camps. One, they're built for mixology. They're great in cocktails, but it's not quite easy to sip by itself. And the other category I see is that gins that at least need tonic water to balance flavors. But wabi-sabi gin belongs to a rare third category. It's bold with long finish and complicated and balanced enough to enjoy by itself. It's neat or dry martini style or F40, it's actually 43 ABV. So if it's too strong, you can dilute with salt water because this gin itself is like a perfume, I would say, like flavor bomb, and botanical oils are so rich on your tongue. So if you don't wish to use a mixture, you don't really need it. A head bartender, whose name is Patrick Pestrolesi, of a bar called Drink Kong in Rome, one of the world top 50 bars. He loved wabi-sabi gin so much that he created a signature cocktail, a premium serve that captures, I call it the essence of Japanese flavors. He's actually a big fan of Japan. And now this product is available as an RTD. And another world top 50 bar called Vichu, you're at the Four Seasons in Tokyo, they carry our gin, wabi-sabi gin. So for consumers, we also understand that price matters and that this is a premium. So we are looking at a range of $50 at retail. That would mean that we would sit alongside brands like, I'd say, Mokin 47, for example. So we need to prove the liquid, and which we did. And then we need to deliver a good story about who we are, what's in the gin, because they care. And we need to deliver, I would say, like sustainability aspects because consumers really care about. But don't worry, we have all of them. You're only seeing the highlights, but please reach out to us for another pitch so that I can do this part for you. We would be very excited to discuss the US launch of our wabi-sabi gin and our vision for a collaborative win-win partnership. In the initial years, our focus will be on driving sales, building a strong brand recognition, and capturing a market share because we believe that the profitability is taking a longer-term view, and we are okay with that. We are fully prepared to support your efforts with comprehensive POS materials, targeted marketing initiatives, and engaging activation events. We are confident that together we can achieve significant success, and we will welcome the opportunity to explore mutual beneficial partnership. So thank you very much. This leads to the end of my presentation.
So the next we have Kontapel. We have this amazing couple there, founded this great Ukrainian brand. I guess you can talk to us more about this amazing quality of the grape and what's unique about this. But what they're looking for is also an importer in the US. They're open with state distributors as well. They do have a solution to start with state distributors. So even if you are a distributor, or even if you are a restaurant or a bottle shop who wants to get started, we do have clearance partners to get you guys started as well. So over to you, folks. Please let us know all about your brand.
Hello, my name is Roman Pelech. This is my wife, Marina Pelech. I'm a veteran of Russian-Ukrainian war, and we are owners of Kontapel Kontabas. So this will be a story about lost Ukrainian national drink, Kontabas. Imagine a drink made of ingredients that cost more than a caviar. This is a special Ukrainian drink. It came from 17th century, and it's literally something you never tried before.
Why is Kontabas so rare and special? The main ingredient is blackcurrant buds. In France, they cost around 600 euros per kilogram or 2 liters. And 1 liter of buds gives us only 2 liters of Kontabas. So making just 1 liter of Kontabas requires buds worth 150 euros.
If Kontabas made in European Union, the price for 1 bottle would be around $300. But here in Ukraine, you can taste it much lower price, only 63 per bottle. This is because people in Ukraine work in very hard condition, and people who made Kontabas work very carefully, but they earn less money.
But they really appreciate your support, and buying Kontabas is not just enjoying fine drink, it's also supporting Ukraine. And this is your chance to taste Asian 17th century drink that Ukrainian Cossacks were drinking. But what makes Kontabas different from other drinks? It cannot be made in big factories because of main ingredient, blackcurrant buds. Blackcurrant buds can only be picked during 4 days at the beginning of March, and if too many are picked, the plants can die. So this makes Kontabas so rare, and not every bar and restaurant can offer Kontabas, only lucky few.
And when you drink Kontabas, remember that you taste the history and culture of Ukraine. The flavor of Kontabas changes in every sip. The first one is strong, the next is woody, then fruity and sweet. And the most important thing in distributing Ukrainian drink is that everyone who try it once want to try it again and again, and no matter the price. That's because Kontabas is the only one in the world and the best.
Yeah, so and we are open to talk with importers and distributors. So if you are interested in Kontabas, we are open to talk more.
Amazing. I think we are all hearing solid growth in the Sicilian wines, the indigenous grape, the volcanic wines. That looks like they're growing, right? So tell us all about it. I believe for Anno as well, he's looking for a wine importer in the US market, open to start with small batches as well. So over to you, Anno.
I'm Dutch. I bought in 2021 this farm. What you see is the bottles I make now. What you see also is my home and my land. And if you look for the pictures from the website, you see also my family. We lived there. And we started in 2022, was our first year of the wine. But the wine was good because the land was neglected. Nothing was done, in fact. So also they didn't make mistake. And we didn't get water here. And the grapes the plants still exist. It was growing more in the ground to the water level. And that makes also the quality of the wine. We have really biologic wine. We have the originale. We have also oak. We bought in France barrels from oak and acacia. So we make oak wine and acacia combination. And we have, of course, we have also not only wine, but we have also the oil, the olive oil. And that is perfect oil. But all the grapes are all hand selected. We had it's all organic what we have. But also we make now wines with other people because we have already now 2025 is in fact the fourth year already for us. So we have the wine from 2022 still good, 2023 and 2024. 2024 we got even DOC. So we have now DOC level. And next year I want to go to just a higher level. Only one other company on Sicilia has this level. And I want to reach that level. These wines, what you see here, we sell in Holland. Because I'm Dutch, so it's more easy to sell in Holland for me. We sell to Staren. I said also this before to Noma in Denmark. It was in 2021 best restaurant in the world. And they gave me a very nice review about my wine. It was tasteful, very tasteful. This is a Catterat. But together with other people, neighbors, we make now other brands also. So I have now also the Mapassa Reserve. So not only Estano is pure from my land, but I make also other wines. Very good, nice other wines. Because this is only white. I have now more white also. I have Grillo, I have Zibibo, very old grapes also from this land. In fact, the Grillo is a combination from old Zibibo and Catarato. People don't know this so much, but it's a very long time ago it was brought to this area. We live in the southwest of Sicilia. The oldest city is nearby us from Sicilia. It's not a Greek city, it's a city from Phoenicians. It's not made by Carthago, Carthago later. This was 1200 years before Christ already was a city in the neighborhood from Phoenicians. People came, in fact, from the area from Israel. And they make the wine. They was bringing the first grapes there. 1200 years before. This belongs to this country, this land. It's hot here, but the grapes can survive because they have more leaves, good leaves. It's old-fashioned way. It's really, but now we make also these other grapes. We use this, we make wines, and we make fair trade wines. Because normally the farmers here, they can only sell to the cooperativa. They get 26 cents a kilo. But the costs depends on how much we have, between 50 and €1. So it means that they lose money. They get some support from the government, but now we make together also wines and we sell them. In Holland, we sell them, and I hope also to sell in the United States. I know in the United States, they like more good wines than even in Holland. Holland is, how they say that, Italians said in the past, NL was staying for niente lire. They don't want to pay for wine. And that's true. 95% of the Dutch pay less than €10 for a bottle of wine. Other countries, completely different. Really, Belgium is already different.
So next, we have this amazing USA Wine Ratings 2024 Wine of the Year. We have Christopher, the winemaker, the founder. I know his story, but I would love to have you share, your story. A great person to work with, and I'm sure everyone here, as you can see, how passionate they are. So, Christopher, all over to you on why distributors should work with us, and you especially, let's say.
So welcome, I'm Chris Buchanan, and I'm excited to tell you about Terragina, my wine brand. We make wine from Northern California, a couple different regions, all the way from furthest south, we did a Santa Lucia Highlands, and the furthest north is Humboldt County, which is north of Mendocino. So it's quite a ways up there. And so a little bit about the brand and who we are. We believe in the collective wisdom of winemakers, scientists, and creatives. And we think that exceptional wine is born from curiosity and tradition. We like to be an ambassador for people to help them learn about fine wine. And there's a lot of different ways we do that, which I'm going to cover right now. So why would we be a good partner for you? We have a unique portfolio. I started off with premium Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. But then I grew into some kind of I make a Nebbiolo from a very lesser known region, but I also have an Anderson Valley Pinot that's just being released. So for a distributor, I can kind of fill a lot of different spaces for them potentially. So if you need sort of your house red, I have that. If you need something else, we can do a very premium, very limited production wine. We have award-winning quality. We just had a Wine of the Year, and we've also won a lot of awards at Sommelier's Choice, Wine Enthusiast, a lot of other scores, and we have many more currently being submitted, and only expect more. We have a differentiated brand. I started this company 10 years ago. I've been consistently exploring and building ultra-premium wines from that time until now. More recently, we're diversifying, and I'll tell you more about that on the next slide. We have a commitment to sustainability. I'm a small producer. I started this company. This is my passion. So this has to work for me, and it has to work for my kids and their kids. And we're collaborative. We want to work with the right partnership, and we want to work for a long time because, quite frankly, I love to make wine. And if I have the right partnership, that lets me do what I love to do, and that lets you share it. My philosophy, we talked about that a little already. It's the blend of art and science. And then with a little bit of curiosity to guide us. And it's a cool adventure. We have a lot of social media things coming up I'm very excited about to sort of help guide people down the exploratory path. Again, I founded the company over a decade ago. I started with Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and I spread out because I saw opportunities to take the winemaking knowledge I learned from making these ultra premium wines and expanding. Most recently, our Carneros Pinot, which was one of our first appellation series, which is our mid-tier offering, was just awarded best overall wine by Newsweek Reader's Choice, as well as the Wine of the Year that I mentioned earlier. So a little bit about our portfolio. As I said, we have different tiers to address different sort of price points. Our Vineyard Designate tier, that's really the exploratory experimentation tier. That is all handmade. So I use actually a mechanical hydraulic press with no electricity for pressing the grapes in the Vineyard Designate tier personally by hand. And those are my passion project wines. Those range from about $50 to about $70. And that's retail, at the store. At a restaurant, obviously, it would be substantially more. And then we've got our appellation tier, which is really, in my mind, our introductory tier and an awesome opportunity. And so, yes, we have our mid-tier wines, which are around 29 to 49. And then we have our red blends, which is like a $25 blend, which is an awesome introductory wine. The idea being that as a producer, we can give you the appellation tier as sort of a core wine, but you can have these vineyard designate wines, as a bump add-on to stoke out some of your premium accounts and give them something a little unique and special that they really can only get a few hundred cases of at most. So this, again, I'll go over our products real quickly. I know I don't have a ton of time. So this was the wine that's just got, the wine of the year from Newsweek Reader's Choice. This wine's beautiful, very fresh, fruity red wine, fruit forward. And with the appellation series, we're really about learning and exploration. So on the label, we give a little bit of a description of the appellation and what makes it unique. This was our Riesling, which also had a Sommelier's Choice Award, Best Wine by Varietal a few years ago, as well as a good score in other publications. These are neat wine. These are own rooted vines from the 70s. This is really small production wine at its finest. Again, our Pinot Noir from the Abbasi Vineyard, which also did quite well in the competition, USA Wine Ratings. And again, so as you can see, we have just a great selection of wines. These are our upcoming releases. This is what I'm obviously the most excited about. We just bottled these. This 2023 Anderson Valley Pinot Noir is beautiful. It's very kind of a lighter Pinot, 11.5% alcohol. So it's not de-alked at all. It's all naturally made. But because of the deep end of the Anderson Valley and the 2023 year, it came in with just a delicate aromatic, but a quite lively mouthfeel, good acidity, and just a beautiful cherry, sort of strawberry red fruit, and nice characters. And then we've got our Vermentino, which I'm quite excited about. It's just got an incredible bouquet of floral components. What I really focus on in winemaking is the aromatics and really having an intense aromatic experience with the wine, as well as having a balanced, sippable product. So available tools, we're here to help. We have a blending experience that we can do with people. We can do virtual staff tastings, trainings. We can do shelf talkers, case cards. We're very nimble. We're a small company, but for the right partnership, will work very hard. I'm available for in-store tastings at least twice a year to support potentially more winemaker dinners, things of that nature. And these are recent Bay Area accounts. We've had successes in California, and we're looking for the right partnership outside of this state. So and in this state, actually, we're looking for a statewide. We've really just been with a broker in the Bay Area. So
Bandero Tequila here. Johanna is here. Great brand. This is one of the brands which I would highly recommend because I do see this being a true big global brand. This is from the founder who founded Patron Tequila as well. John Paul Mitchell. So really great backing, and ultimately the goal is a true global brand. So distributors, this is really a great chance for you to sort of get on the bandwagon of growth. Johanna, over to you on sharing us the story, please.
Thank you for the warm introduction. Very happy to be here talking to you lovely people, and we've heard for some really great brands, although I'm very excited to talk to you about tequila. So Bandero Tequila, really to understand, we could probably go back a couple of years. You all may remember the acquisition of Patron to the Bacardi family. Well, when that happened, it was one of the largest acquisitions in history. And what Patron really did for the industry was create the premium category of tequila. Before that, it was pretty much shot culture and not a lot of cocktail or sipping culture. But when John Paul sold to the Bacardi family, they graciously let him keep a recipe. He had to sign a 5-year non-compete, but they graciously let him keep it. And it was because it was nothing like Patron had previously done and nothing like Bacardis were looking to do in the future. And what he really saw was a need in the market for a premium quality, additive-free sipping tequila blanco that was going to be made with natural, sustainable ingredients in the old ways, in the right ways, but be at an approachable price point, under $50 on retail shelves. That brings us to our tequila. Now, we know that it's a very saturated market. So what truly makes Bandero so special? Well, there are a couple wonderful things that really do. Number one being that we are truly additive free, made in the old ways. So you only get 3 ingredients. And when you only have 3 ingredients, each one has to be the peak of quality, and the entire process does too. We also are very proud to be award winning. We just took home in 2024 the Latin American Spirits Award for a gold medal Blanco. So being one of the best Blancos coming out of Jalisco, coming out of Guadalajara, where it was judged on home turf. We also recently just took home the best Blanco of the year for the Berlin International Awards. Now, how we harvest, how we make our tequila is very important for what differentiates us. We often are compared to an aged tequila in taste and profile, not just quality of packaging. But what we do is we single source our agave. So we source actually from the Los Altos region, which is the highlands of the Tequila Valley. We do this because that extra 7,000 feet in elevation brings us 7,000 feet closer to the sun, giving us a naturally higher sucrose content in the agave itself that we're working with. We do everything by hand. We're chopping down by hand in the fields, and that's great because we take only peak ripeness of agave and we leave the ones that are too small to grow and the ones that are decomposing to lay in the fields. At this, we usually see the agave about 6-7 years of age. Once we've chopped down the best ones of the field in the Los Altos region, we bring them back to our distillery. Again, we're hand slicing everything and removing the quiote, which is something that not a lot of people do. It's the center stem that adds more bitterness. So we want only the best parts of the agave, of the best agave. Once everything's been hand sliced, we put them into traditional clay Hornos ovens. These are amazing. And what we do is we actually put them in there for 3 whole days. So they're steam cooking for 3 whole days from the bottom up. There's no autoclaves, there's no automation, there's no oven for 1 hour, 2 hours, but 3 days. After that process, we then bring everything to the stills and only redistill the heart of the tequila. So the first and last vapors, the heads and tails, are removed, and we redistill only the smoothest part of the tequila. We then chill filter and oxidize before going into our 100% recycled glass bottles. Sustainability is really, really important to us. We're very proud to be a zero waste operation, constantly trying to improve all levels from packaging, creation, logistics to be more sustainable because truthfully, we want to be making tequila in the right ways for as long as possible. So that being said, all of our liquid waste and our physical waste from the leaves we chop down all the way in Los Altos to the crushed and spent agave to the heads and tails are all being reused and recycled. This way, we're able to bring the sustainability from inside the bottle to into the communities. So we make bricks that be made into local hornos or local infrastructure, irrigation for agriculture. And what we did is we took this beautiful additive-free award-winning Blanco and we added coffee concentrate and agave honey to create our beautiful Bandero Cafe. What makes our cafe so different is that we didn't design it like a traditional liqueur. We designed it to be like a ready to drink. We see a lot of consumer behavior in the off-premise, going directly to the shelf, purchasing and just pouring over ice. We actually save a lot of people cost of beverages and increase efficiency in on-premise because you don't need as many ingredients to make a totally stellar, unique cocktail. For instance, the espresso martini, it's a very popular cocktail. It's a 4-part cocktail, but we can bring that down to 2. We wouldn't need the simple because it's naturally sweetened with agave honey. We wouldn't need the Kahlua because the coffee concentrate is so prolific. You don't need the additional spirit because it's the highest on the market at 35% tequila, and all you need is espresso. It also makes for a killer Calajillo or an affogato, which is fantastic. But both were truly designed to be sipping quality tequilas, but ready to mix at any time for a spectacular cocktail. We currently have distribution in 8 states. That's California, Texas, New York, New Jersey, Colorado, Illinois, Nevada, and North Carolina. We certainly are excited to expand from these demographics and markets to encompass the nation and looking for wonderful partners to grow together with. We are also available internationally in the UK and seeking distribution in Europe as well as Asia.
And also, folks, I mean, just for everyone who's listening, Beverage Trade Network is going to push these brands, so you can use us as well. If you take any brand, for sure, we are there to support you when it comes to media or any other trade shows or introductions or press releases. We'll just push this brand. So, for the next many months. So hopefully you can just consider that as a small help from us as well. Next, we have Tigueris Winery. Amazing. So we have Frank. The winery also makes private label and custom labels in case if you are a restaurant operator or a multi-chain operation, for sure they can provide that solution. If you're a distributor, for sure that can go to the clients of yours. So Frank, I'll have you speak a lot more about this on why distributors should work with you.
Thanks for everybody's time. Thank you, Sid, Ankita, for putting this together. What you do for this beverage business is amazing and much appreciated. I'll tell you a bit about Tigueris. I'm Frank Roth, general manager, head winemaker. We're located in Richland, Washington. We're an estate, family-owned winery and vineyard. We were established in 1984 by Mike Tigueris, visionary kind of farmer, very much impassioned about sustainability and organic farming. So he's been farming organic since the late 70s. In apples and then into grapes starting in the early 80s. Tell you a bit about what we do on the winemaking side. We're a vineyard. We very much are focused on letting the fruit speak for itself. Very low oak impact, very much varietal characteristics, keeping low alcohols. We have a restaurant at our facility. And so these wines are very much tailored to being food-friendly wines, but also being just everyday drinkable wines. So reasons why we'd be a good partner, in the on-premise is those reasons being that we focus on the food-friendly approach, that pairability and keeping things varietal, and really want to enhance the experience of the food and wine pairing. The organic and sustainability approach obviously is very much necessary going forward in our world. We are certified pesticide, herbicide, pesticide, and fungicide free, glyphosate free, and we're Global GAP certified as well, along with our organic certification. We really, being that we grow the grapes, we make the wine, we're the farmer, we're the winemakers, we can really deliver an affordable product. So for the on-premise or off-premise accounts, both, but the off-premise accounts, we can really deliver a quality product at an affordable price. As Sid mentioned, we do a lot of private label. Our largest size of our business is in the bulk market and in the private label production. So we have the ability to make wines for large accounts, Trader Joe's, Aveline, many others. So we're able to deliver the volumes at the quality and at a price that is fair and I think could add to people's portfolio and help in people's books. We're not shipping you the wine and leaving you at that. I grew up in the distribution business. My dad was a beer and wine distributor. So the support aspects of whether it be print material, but trade tastings and events, dinners, ride-alongs, all of that stuff are accessible. We're able to do that stuff, and we want to do those things with our partners. We want to provide that support and make it a success for all of us. So those are the high points for Tigueris Winery. Love to discuss more about what we can do.
Just for people listening again, to recap, these are, as you can see from the tone of the call as well, these are really small and medium-sized brands, right? Who have great aspirations, who are humans to work with, great, you just saw the pitch from winemakers directly, long-term partnerships. They're serious about investing in the US market. They do understand. So I won't go on the basics. They are educated supplier, put it that way. What the next steps would be for buyers is we will be sending you the sample request form and the information request form. Simply tick on the brands that you are interested in. And we just want you to taste and review this product. After you taste, hopefully you want to schedule a call and discuss the pricing with this amazing entrepreneur.